Can you talk, I mean, you guys clearly have so much compassion for the characters. Was it always the intention to give Sister Jude sort of a moment of peace and, you know?
No,
okay.
no.
All right.
No, that was Ryan. That was Ryan. I mean, when he came to us and sort of pitched out what was going to happen in that act, it seemed so strange and yet weirdly so right. I remember going down to the set and sort of pitching it to Evan, sort of excited, like, and then we're going to go back to the farm and you're going to take Sister Jude out of the thing and she's going to come back and she's going to live with you. It's like, oh. That's exactly where I thought this was going. But it worked great, and it's one of my favorite things, is that whole act of Jude's sort of, you know, the last happy hours of Jude's life. And I think they all played it great. And Alfonso is just a brilliant director who brought something to it.
And also that last episode was so, that Anna and Frank, our DP is here, Michael Goy, who does the final episode was actually going to be Sarah shutting it down. That's how we pitched it, and that's how we had originally conceived it. But I thought, you know, the more we got into the research and I was reading about it, there were so many tragedies of people who were in mental institutions who were just literally dumped into the streets and died alone and sad, and that was very moving. So we really did want to have somewhat of a, John Landgraf and I talked about it as well, to have an uplift, to have some of these characters who had been through so much this season get a moment of love and acceptance and something in the world. So that was, I thought, I loved that. I loved the compassion of it.
And I think with doing a horror TV show, different than doing a horror movie, is that because it happens over such a long period of time, because it happens in your living room for the most part, that it does demand a little bit of compassion at the end, because you have fallen in love with these characters in a different way than you would in a movie. That if you want to kill everybody at the end of the movie except one person, you can kind of get away with that. But I feel like when you're doing a horror TV show, you have a different responsibility to the characters, because the audience has a different affection for them.
Right. And in the first season, the Harmons sort of come back together in death. I mean, is sort of the happy ending important for this kind of a show?
I mean, you know, who knows what next season will be, but I think so, because I think for that reason is that with the Harmons, you have this family that was shattered, and that was a family drama, and you wanted to see, I think you did care about them and what they'd been through, and you wanted to give them an opportunity for happiness. Now, in that season, the happiness is now they're trapped all together in this house for all eternity, so there's a twist to that happiness.
Yeah, if you're stuck with your family for Christmas for all eternity, is that really a happy ending?
with Evan and Kate Mara staring at you at all times, you know. But I do think that in a television
lot of fruitcake.
Yeah, there's a different affection.
Well, the true happy ending of that was Jessica got to raise the Antichrist. With a true brilliant happy.
Indeed.